Okay, so I think now we have reached our starting time. So I would like to welcome all the esteemed speakers, and we would like to welcome all the esteemed audience, the industry, and the entire fraternity who has joined us to attend the session today. We would like to welcome everybody on board, and we would like to thank ITPO for this opportunity to give us a platform to interact and have a dialogue and have a constructive and a meaningful platform today. Thank you very much, ITPO. I would like to welcome all the panelists, all the esteemed speakers. And we have today from ITPO, Shri Rajesh Agarwal ji, who is the Executive Director of India Trade Promotion Organization. We have joining in as a speaker, we have Mr. Balwinder Singh Sahni, who is the Assistant Secretary General of FICCI, Mr. Amit Panjwani, who is the Director at CII, Mr. Bhupinder Singh, who is the CEO of Messe Munchen India. We also have today with us Mr. P. Uday Kumar. Thank you, sir, for joining us. We are very delighted to have you with us. Who's the Director of his Planning and Marketing, National Small Industries Corporation Limited. We have with us Mr. Yogesh Mudras, Managing Director of Informa Markets India. We have with us Mr. Rajan Sharma, who is MD at Interads Exhibitions. Then we have Mr. Ravinder Sethi, who is the CMD of RE Rogers. We have Mr. Manish Gandhi, who is representing the ABEC, one of the finest homegrown exhibition organizer. We have with us Mr. Gaurav Juneja, who is representing Max Exhibitions as the director. We have with us Mr. Vivek Shukla, who is the Director of Affairs Exhibitions. We have with us Mr. VK Bansal, who is the Director of Next Gen Exhibitions. And I am your moderator for today. I am Raghav Khosla. I am the Group Editor of Exhibition Showcase, My Showcase, and Association Buzz Publications. Thank you all for joining us today. And I would request, since we have, for the convenience of everybody, we have put all the attendees on mute, and we will only ask the speakers to unmute, and once they go through their perspectives, they can then put themselves on mute. You should use the chat feature which is available, and if you have any questions, we already have got a set of questions because we had sent you all the questions. We had asked you to mail your questions to us, so we have got some questions. If you have some more questions, you can put it across, and if we have time, then we will definitely put them to the speakers. So today's agenda, in brief, you can go through this. And ITPO today wants to have a dialogue, a concrete dialogue with the exhibition organizers. They want to understand what is the perspective of the organizers. It's a constructive platform, and they would like to know what is the situation on ground. When do you feel the situation will be improving, and what relief measures are you expecting as an industry going forward? How do you feel the industry should evolve, and what measures ITPO Pragati Maidan as a venue holder should implement for the interest of the industry? So with this, I would like to thank ITPO once again for giving this opportunity for all of us to connect at this wonderful platform. It's a very good beginning. And I would like to request Shri Rajesh Agarwal to please open this forum and welcome all the attendees here. And please give his perspective about the situation, how the things are unfolding, and what is ITPO's take on this. I will just unmute Mr. Rajesh Agarwal. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Raghav. Thank you very much. First of all, a very warm welcome to all the co-panelists here today and all the participants who are part of this webinar. On behalf of ITPO, I extend a warm welcome to all of you. COVID-19, all of us now are aware, the world after COVID-19, I think, is not going to remain the same. There's going to be a lot many changes in various sectors across the world because COVID-19 has posed a challenge to the humankind like no other crisis has posed in last at least our lifetime. So I think this will lead to a lot of changes in various sectors, and exhibition industry is not left out. I think rather exhibition industry is one of the sectors which has been hit badly because of COVID. And it has not only been hit badly in terms of the impact which is going on right now due to lockdowns, uh, ban on immigrations, ban on travels, ban on flights, and all those things. But a long-term impact is also expected in the sector, because in aftermath of COVID, what is the behavioral change that we will see in human beings? Whatever are the behavioral change that we'll see in human beings will also determine the path that exhibition industry will need to take in future, because it will have a long-term impact on us also. The idea behind this webinar, I think this is one of its kind, and we like to keep on continuously engaging with all of you. One, to understand in short run, what are the things that we can do together so that exhibition industry can minimize the impact of COVID-19. And also in the long run, how do we need to adapt to change? If we don't adapt to the changing requirements of the world, I think the industry will be hit in the long run also. So what do we need to do together to ensure that the role that we have been playing in promoting businesses and trade, we keep on doing that, but in a manner which is more conducive to the new perspectives or new behavioral changes of the mankind that we see across the world. So that is also something we'll need to address in the long run. ITPO, all of you know, for last 4 decades plus, we have been one of the leading venue organizers in this country, and we have also been part of exhibition organizers. We organize exhibitions within India and abroad also, and at the same time we enable most of you to organize exhibitions at Delhi at our venue in Pragati Maidan. We have also learned our trade, learned this, and we are one of the nodal agency of government who is into this business. And we think, being an arm of the government, it is our solemn duty to engage with you, to understand the pain that the industry is going through right now, and try to see what we can together solve as an industry, and also articulate your requirements, what as government, where government needs to intervene and resolve some of the pain of the industry, so that exhibition industry together, whether we might have suffered a setback, but once the corona thing is behind us, we are able to rise back to our challenges and come back to our field. So with these expectations, I think there are a set of 5-6 pointers also which Raghav made in his presentation. I like to listen to all of you, and maybe in the end then come back to you with some of our suggestions, what we have done till now, what we are thinking, and based on whatever inputs we get from all of you, what I listened from all of you today, all of us together discuss, I think we'll also try to work out what can be done together with the industry and what we need to take it back to the government to see whether government can come forth and help us all out to rise back as a sector. So with these words, I'll way back to Raghav to carry on, conduct the proceedings, and see that all our co-panelists are given a chance to share their views on this crisis. Thank you.
Thank you, Agarwalji, for those assuring words, and they really mean a lot to the entire industry. For ITPO to come forward and connect, have a dialogue with the industry, it is very meaningful, and I'm sure that this is going to open up new forays going forward. Thank you so much for today's initiative. And with us today, we have, we have the perspective of exhibition organizers, but we also ITPO acknowledges the role of service providers. That is why you see the name of Mr. Ravinder Sethi. One gentleman is there in this entire, our today's format, who is representing the services sector. So it will be befitting for us if we start the session with Mr. Ravinder Sethi and have his perspective about what the services sector is facing, because services are a very vital link in this whole ecosystem. And how do you represent this? What are the pain points? ITPO would like to hear you out. I'll just unmute you.
Raghav, thank you for all your constructive inputs during these critical times as the media man. Agrawal Sahab, thank you so much for your leadership, in these challenging times. You mentioned about, I heard one thing. We understand your pain, and this is critical. You've said everything. This is in continuation of what has been happening in the ITPF for the last few years. The reconstructed fairgrounds you're giving us, the customer-friendly attitude, the listening and responding, but understanding your pain. You have said it all, sir. Thank you very much. And sir, I stand here in humility for letting a service provider open the session as your first guest speaker. That means a lot to the service providers as well, who are partners over here. I want to, before I get into the service, the service providers, I just want to very briefly give you a macro picture of where we are today. It's a very basic, simple thing. The exhibitor's perspective. What is the exhibitor's ecosystem? It's very clear. If Raghav, if you will just put on that screen for everybody, you'll know exactly what I'm saying and where I'm heading. It will just take a minute. It's so simple. We have been told about this since we joined our businesses. Our gurus in this industry, the ML Vadvas, Manish, Rajan, Gaurav, your fathers, they all told us the epicenter of the exhibitors ecosystem is the organizer. So today, if we are standing here and we are sitting here in a forum for the organizers, we are at the right place. But in this ecosystem, the partners, the venues, the forwarders, and the stand constructors, and not to undermine that there are other service providers also. But the triangle has three corners, and these are basically the three who all interact with the organizers. So let's not make any bone about it. The organizer is the epicenter, and I hope that we will take the rest of the session keeping this in mind. Now I come to the micro aspect of service providers. I'll be very brief. What are our commitments? We are your partners in this crucial time, and please don't see that as a cliche. We are talking about life and death over here. We are with you in these challenging times. We have already started in various ways and forms offering and giving services and facilities to the health sector of the government, of private sector, whether it is our stand fitters who are providing temporary hospitals, whether the forwarders who are moving, life-saving medical drugs, whether we are cooperating with the venues, whether we are, in preparing them for the possibility of temporary hospitals coming up. So the service providers are there with you already. Lastly, I can assure you, sir, that we will never let our morale down. If we are there as a backbone, as part of the backbone, we are there, and these are our few commitments. In these commitments, sir, we also have some expectations. There are many. These are very critical times, and this is not the right time to go into details. But there is one crucial one, and I will request that please assist us, our entire sector, to keep our legitimate cash flow intact. That's all. I know of stand fitters who are not being paid. Some legitimately government is closed or for other reasons. Sir, please, we need today the organizers to keep this in mind. Small companies should not close because of this. Things like royalties and panel fees, already so many organizers, the venues, they have already come forward, for flexibility on that. And assist us on any debt recoveries which need your interventions as organizers or venues. And as I repeat, many have already started doing this and helping us. Keep our cash flow intact, sir. That is all. Lastly, as I said, I'll be very brief. As an industry man, I appeal to everybody, whether they are individuals, media, or collective bodies, to work together to achieve this goal in this critical time. Strength is in unity. So I hope I've been as brief as possible and put the views of the service providers in the macro exhibitors ecosystem. Raghav,
Absolutely.
I was under my 4 minutes.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. And one more word, one more answer from you, Mr. Sethi. Quick answer. Service providers involve a lot of labor force, a lot of manpower. Once the exhibitions open post COVID outbreak, would you be able to handle those and the shipments that come? Can we ensure proper sanitization, proper health and hygiene for these workers, so that we, at least as an industry, our workers are safe and we can assure our exhibitors that yes, we are following all the protocols?
Raghav, our Prime Minister has said it himself. This terrible virus doesn't see a laborer or a managing director. We are all same. There are no exceptions. Your chief guest and a laborer and a driver are all in the same category. This education process has to be for everyone. There is no exception. We hear it every day on TV. Not even one exception. That process, by the way, from the side of the service providers who are already doing the work right now, whether they are in the temporary hospitals or whether they are clearing shipments at the airport, that is already on. The sanitization processes are on. Let us not be under the misconception that it is only limited to a certain section of our industry. This is the new ball game. Health and safety and sustainability for years. I don't know if my friend Michael Duck is listening to me. For years we carried this health and safety and succeeded. Today that is still there, but today it's life and death.
Well, thank you, Mr. Sethi. That's the one word of assurance which we wanted from you. Since you are representing services, it involves a lot of manpower, and that's the right word coming from you. I hope our industry is ready to take on the metal once the exhibitions start. Thank you. And just in the meantime, a lot of people have joined us. We have 475 participants. Once again, I'll mute everybody and I'll just unmute the speakers. Thank you. Now I would like to start with the organizer's perspective, and I would like to go to Mr. Balwinder Singh Sahni, who is here representing FICCI. And you organize a lot of exhibitions, even conferences throughout the year, and you have been regularly organizing your fairs at Pragati Maidan also. What is your take on this situation, Mr. Sahni, and what kind of a solution do you foresee in the coming times?
Good afternoon, Raghav.
Good afternoon.
Can you hear me, Raghav?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, good afternoon, Raghav. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to be on the panel. It's a very esteemed panel. Agarwal sir, good afternoon to you and all my co-panelists. Sir, it's a pleasure to see you, leading this platform. We really appreciate and really grateful for this thing, for coming on this forum. Sir, I would like to just mention quickly 3 things which, I feel and we at FICCI feel for the entire exhibition industry. We need to reboot, we need to reinvent, we need to redesign. I will just repeat, we need to reboot, we need to reinvent, we need to redesign the way entire exhibition industry work is done. That is point number 1, sir. Second, sir, I feel that for the entire industry and our nation, it is important that old brands which have been continuing for long should be on the physical platform. And anything new, we are with Honorable Prime Minister of our India, and we promote Digital India concept. We should experiment with the virtual exhibition in the digital space. But all the old events which we have been doing in the past, we should continue doing in the physical format once it's post-COVID situation. Sir, Agarwal sir, I have humble request to you. Sir, I have been given to understand that MNRE, Ministry of Renewable Energy, has recently announced that Reinvest will go on the digital platform. If government initiatives will go on digital platform, it will be very difficult for private organizers and service providers to meet their targets, do their work in the format they've been doing. So my humble request would be to speak with Secretary MNRE and request them to please continue doing reinvest in the physical format as it was being done in the earlier. So with these words, as I've said, I feel reboot, reinvent, redesign. I would like, I'll be happy to take any questions if there are any.
Thank you, Mr. Sani. When you say reinvent, can you quickly tell us what do you mean by this?
It means definitely, you know, we will have to reinvent in a way of social distancing in the venue. The registration process will change. We will ensure if, you know, there's a 12 square meter booth, only two people can man it. And at a time, there are X number of visitors, those who visit. If it's a 36 square meter stall, how many people can get the exhibitor badge and how many people are allowed to move in as visitors? We will have to do slotting. You know, people for 2 hours, you know, like between 10 to 12, how many people can be in exhibition area, depending upon the square meter of the exhibition it is. So that is reinventing, you know, changing the whole dynamics, the way we operate within the exhibition venue.
Okay, and you have also given a point about virtual exhibitions. Do you think it is going to be a big threat to our existing shows?
No, Raghav, I don't think it will be a big threat, but my humble submission to all organizers is that all our events which we have been doing in the past should continue. We should continue that in the physical format. We should do webinar conferences and some small, you know, conference-based activity with small virtual digital exhibition. But that is post-COVID, we should do the physical format.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Sani. And we also received a question specifically addressing you in our email. And it was from one of your exhibitors. They wanted to understand if FICCI can give some kind of a concession to the exhibitors going forward, and maybe you can take some rebates from the government. Can then work out.
We will be happy to do the same in case we get discounts from the venue, you know, providers. If we get subsidized rates, definitely FICCI will be happy to pass that benefit to the exhibitors.
Okay, thank you so much. With that, on that note, you have said very good points, and I would now like to move to Mr. Amit Panjwani, who is representing CII. CII is a very big organizer in India, and I would like to hear from Mr. Panjwani what is his perspective about this situation. What does he feel? How we can come out of it, and we can reinvent ourselves going forward.
Thank you, Rajesh sir, for giving us such opportunity to us. After such an encouraging word from Sethi Saab and then my friend Kalwinder, I would like to put some pessimistic view also. See, we need to understand before we talk exhibition, I think we need to understand overall situation where we are in. COVID-19 is an unprecedented situation. Here, there is no defined roadmap from now on. We do not know. People are doing their own lessons, their own research. They have their own states also. They have own statements also, which they're coming up with that if in case they're going to have lockdown for long, probably we're going to get saved. Some say that we should look at more testing. I was reading other day there was an article in newspaper that if in case the lockdown goes till May end, we can probably going to be wrap up with COVID by September. And if it goes till July, we can wrap it up by August. So it's all stats. We do not know, and we have no defined part for that. Though it has impacted our sentiments of the people very badly. An economy fundamentally works on the sentiment of people. The market works on the sentiment of people. People's sentiment is good, they will purchase. I'm just saying people, that is mean buyers. So overall scenario is not that great in terms of sentiments. So if we talk about exhibitions, we can look at 80% of the selling which we do for the exhibition comes from the
I think there is a problem with the
exhibition.
video.
Sorry.
Yeah, please go on. Now it's fine. Yes.
I'm saying, if you look at exhibitions, 80% come from MSME participation, 20% comes from corporates. So if MSME has been had badly, where would the number come from? And the corporates have a limited budget to promote, and this is a concept selling. This is not a product selling. What we are in, we need to understand where we are. However, and if you look at international participation, we have very restriction on traveling now. So we used to do an CII around 17, 18 exhibition outside, but being a pavilion or being a partner state or being a guest state, that will not happen because the traveling is not going to be that free. At least I can see for next 6 months or uncertain time. We do not know till the time we find the ultimate remedy or the solution or the total thing for it, COVID treatment. So we need to live in that. Considering the same, I partially agree with Balvinderji that we should look at virtual also with the physical original format of exhibitions. So what we can do, we can look at doing domestic shows, and the international participation and the visitor can be connected through virtually on a digital platform. This is my take on that.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Pandwani. Those were useful suggestions. I would now like to move to Mr. Yogesh Mudras, who is representing Informa Markets. And I would like to hear from him that ITPO has also released certain directives. Just a moment. I'll go back to Mr. Amit. Yes.
I'll just take 30 seconds more. There was a question to Mr. Balvinder. Can I have one more suggestion?
Yes, sure.
Because
Sure.
we got the same exhibitors. See, we should look at from supporting MSME at this time. Because if in case they're going to get some subsidy from the government, that will go for their production and for the labor wages. They will not want to invest on exhibitions. So we need to see this thing as a concern. What we can actually look at, there's a MAI subsidy which we usually all get. So this is a suggestion. I do not know how it's going to work out. I'm just throwing an idea. Now the intentional participation and exhibition is not happening. That money with the commerce can be used for the domestic shows. If we get support from Mr. Agarwal, and this advice can go to commerce, those people, MSME, can get a good rebate on the participation, and we can do a good exhibition.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you, Amitji, for those suggestions. And I go back to Mr. Yogesh Mudras to tell us that ITPO has released certain directives, certain measures towards providing relief to the organizers. What is your take on that? And would you like to suggest anything on that front? I'm unable to unmute you from here, Mr. Mudras.
Yeah. Can you? I'm unmuted now. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Such a pleasure to join on this webinar. I think first I must say that's a opportunity to thank ITPO for all the measures they have taken. In fact, this first of its kind measure I know for ITPO which they have taken at this stage to support the industry. Also, thanks for organizing this webinar because congratulations on the public forum. I believe this is ITPO 2.0 under the leadership of Mr. Goel. I think great initiative. I would say this is if you talk about the initiatives that have been taken, I think it's a very supportive initiative for the industry, because we all know the organizers are going through a pain point with so many cancelled and so many shows getting postponed, and you have allowed the extension of the dates and allowed the movement of dates without penalty. Also, considering that there is a discount now in till 31st of March if you book. That's a very positive sign. I think some of the things which just need to be clarified would be some things on clause 4, because it's slightly not clear as of now. Whether we'll be getting the original booking rate and a 20% discount, or it will be on the another new season rate with a discount. So that is one thing which I may definitely ask ITPO to clarify. But having said that, I think it's a great initiative to support the industry at this stage, because what my belief is the companies which are basically going to sustain and come out through COVID are the ones who are going to do the best for their customers, either digitally or physically. And in this phase, I think it's for us organizers to see how we can support each other and come out of this phase with various partnerships that are there. One thing I may want to use this forum to suggest ITPO some of the measures which they may look at doing once this things open up. As we all know, this lockdown is not going to open up immediately after 3rd May. It's going to be gradual. Our industry definitely being pro-social distancing, it's going to take some time till the time the entire rules are revised. So there'll be a new set of rules entirely for our industry. So I think some of the measures which ITPO should take on would be classified in 4 different stages for me. I think one thing on social distancing, what they could do, implement within the venues, because these are the measures which will support the entire organizers who are running back-to-back shows at the venue. Measure on social distancing, second being on maintenance of the venues, third thing being sanitation of the venues, and fourth thing, how they communicated all the measures outside to the internal and external stakeholders. So if I had time, I could have gone in detail, but we have as Informa prepared quite a lot of points how we can look at it from support from venue, especially ITPO, in this stage when we come back with our shows, begin say August, September, when we are planning our shows in ITPO. So we are happy to talk to them in detail about it at a later stage. So these are my initial.
Thank you, Mr. Mudras, for your valuable comments. And I would now like to move to Mr. Bhupinder Singh, who is representing Messe Munch in India. Thank you for coming on our platform, Mr. Bhupinder Singh. And you organize a lot of fairs throughout the year, and you have been organizing your fairs regularly at ITPO Pragati Maidan. What is your take on the recent measures which ITPO has taken? And would you like to suggest anything in terms of any kind of new relief measures or anything which you feel should be appropriate? Mr. Singh, can you unmute yourself from your end? Mr. Bhupinder Singh, I think we have lost you because your image is also, we are unable to see you. Okay, we'll try to come back to you after this panelist. We should now go to Mr. Manish Gandhi, who is representing ABEC exhibitions on this forum. Mr. Gandhi, what is your perspective about the relief measures, and would you like to suggest anything to ITPO?
Hello?
Yes, Mr. Gandhi.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Raghav. This is a great initiative which you have taken. And thank you, Mr. Agarwal, and the other panelists. It's been very interesting to hear everybody. As somebody rightly said, ITPO 2.0 under Mr. Goel has been amazing. It's been more receptive. I'm not going to take too much time. I've got 4 or 5 points which I've written down. One is, I think this time should be used to make the venue fully. We were the first ones to do the exhibition here in the venue, the new venue, and it was just 60% ready. So I think this time it should be utilized to make it 100% ready, like a world-class venue, because I think construction would be allowed during this time. Is that right?
Yes, please go on. Then we can take it from Mr. Agarwal later.
Yeah. Also, second point is that I think year 2021, 22, we should be looking at a 20 to 40% rebate on the rentals, because the industry is not going to come back very soon. Third point was on the cash flows, advances, penalties, and refunds. I think that takes a lot of time to process. So I think that is something which needs to be taken care of. And yeah, that's about it.
Okay. And Mr. Manish Gandhi, since you are a leading organizer of homegrown exhibitions, can you tell us what are the major pain points which exhibition organizers are facing at this point in time?
As of now, the entire exhibition industry has come to a standstill. I don't think so any exhibitions are going to be possible for the next 6 to 8 months.
6 to 8 months. Okay. So in the meantime, do you suggest something which the industry should do to maybe collaborate, come together and plan ahead for the future? Any measures we need to take, any relief we need to have from the government till that time?
I think ITPO should do a demo show whenever they can to demonstrate, because being the leading venue owner, they should come ahead and do a demo show with some of the government bodies to demonstrate how exhibitions will come back and stand on their own feet. Because right now everybody is clueless. I'm listening to everybody, but talking about virtual exhibitions are a pipe dream. I don't think so. Virtual exhibitions were successful, are going to be successful. Exhibitions are here to stay. Face-to-face interaction is here to stay. So I think a demo show by ITPO, a demo show by CII, FICCI, government bodies, they need to come up. They need to demonstrate to the private organizers that what they can actually do, how these exhibitions will happen, how this social distancing concept is going to work, because everything is very theoretical. Now people are talking about herd immunity, people are talking about vaccine, and everybody, every sector is clueless right now what's happening. So ITPO, being the leading body with a state-of-the-art facility which is coming up now, should actually become leaders in demonstrating what is going to happen.
Well said. Very good point. Thank you, Mr. Gandhi, for sharing your thoughts and perspectives with us. And we appreciate
because till the time nobody is going to come and demonstrate. The private organizers do not have the strength. Today with ITPO, I was trying to control the emotion behind the points, because I don't want to come. This is such a great platform, and Mr. Agarwal has given us an opportunity. So I don't want to make it like a business meeting where we are asking for refunds, but the time it takes for the cash flows to come into action, the advances, the penalties. In the last 15 years, we've been working with ITPO Pragati Maidan, and it's been a very, very challenging atmosphere, be it Commonwealth Games, be it demonetization, be it permissions, be it riots or anything. The organizers have to face everything. And like Mr. Sethi rightly said, we are at the center. We are, it should be about the organizers. Nobody is caring about the cash flows. Maybe larger companies like an Informa or a Message can afford to put in those monies and wait. For smaller organizers, we have to see what's the cash flow, if the refunds are coming on time, if it's going to take 12 months for a refund, if the penalties are not justified, then I don't think so this industry is going to survive.
Thank you, Mr. Gandhi. And I think we have Mr. Bhupinder Singh back with us. His connection had dropped. So I will just try to bring him back to the session. I'll try to unmute him. Mr. Singh, I've unmuted you. All up to you, sir.
Thanks, Raghav. Thanks, Mr. Agarwal, for this initiative. I think, first of all, very good suggestion by Manish. to conduct a demo show. I think it's a brilliant suggestion, and we all hope that we get to see something like that through one of the venues. Mr. Agarwal, also, we are glad that IAIA's initiative and communication to Shri Darpan Jain, the Joint Secretary MOC, has reached you as you acknowledged, and I think that's a good positive step. Raghav, no matter which part of the world you are, whether it's Germany, China, the whole industry has come to a standstill, as Manish mentioned, and we all know that since exhibition organizers are in the center, if exhibition organizers or any organizers catches cold, the ecosystem around it gets fever. So, but I also feel like as organizers, despite the issues of cash flow, and we all are in the same boat, whether it's in Forma, I can say we speak to each other. All the messages, we have common challenges. The degree of those challenges might vary, but these are common challenges. And like organizers, it's also our responsibility to protect. Protect maybe is a strong word, but to support the MSME partners, the startups who have been supporting our trade shows as partners for years now, because they are even more severely hit. So when the normalcy returns, they need to be there. We will need them. And similarly, what's very clear now, that stakeholders who do not show the flexibility and empathy to their fellow colleagues, partners, customers right now, they will be remembered by the industry. Now, whether it's an exhibition organizer or a venue or a stand contractor or a freight forwarder, once the situation returns to normal, because people don't forget how they are treated in such times, and when they need you the most. So in last 3-4 years, while I have started observing ITPO closely, we see many positives in terms of their eagerness to improve the quality, in terms of their openness to question certain old practices. We also see the construction work going on, some of the halls being, getting ready, which we have been hearing for last decade. So, and I also see an open door policy at the highest levels inside ITPO. We have interacted with Mr. Goel a couple of times, and I'm not saying he has solved all our problems, but he has at least heard us, and it is this eagerness, Mr. Agarwal, that with this openness, it gives us hope and encouragement to ask for more. Now, Yogesh mentioned about the initiatives you have come up with. I think brilliant initiatives. But now hearing all of us, the local organizers, the other stakeholders of the industry, you understand that currently where we stand and we look at the future, we don't even know what we don't know. Manish feels that next 6 months or 3 quarters, there could be no exhibition. Now, we cannot comprehend fully the consequences that await us if that really comes to play. So from a venue perspective, I fully realize that you have certain overheads. It's a huge institution, it's a government setup. But at the moment, I think it's time to look a little beyond the balance sheet. As government, maybe you are able to do that and come forward with a plan which is not about 10, 20, 30%, which is not about dates, but a more conclusive, a more inclusive program wherein the exhibition organizers feels part of it. And especially the small and medium scale exhibition organizers who require the most support right now. Because as I said, if exhibition organizers are suffering, venue would be the next casualty. Freight forwarders, stand contractors would be the next casualty, and they all are already in a bad shape. So having said that, I also feel that as organizers, if we demand more, and I can say this also as an industry body, IAIA, that we must articulate clearly what does more means. And Raghav, you as a publication, along with the association and various bodies which have become active, I think all should come together and clearly articulate as to what do we really need from ITPO and submit it to them. I think it could be a quick exercise. It shouldn't take much time. And then ITPO can come back to us as to what's possible and what's not possible. I would again at the end urge that it is not a time for some cosmetic solutions. The situation is much more grave on ground. We have major exhibitions. Some of our shows in Germany, which were planned for September, October, got cancelled just now. They were announced day before yesterday. although the situation from Germany cannot be compared with China, cannot be compared with India, these are all issues in isolation. But yes, we all together can agree to one thing, that this issue is here to stay. The duration of this problem can be questioned. And bodies like ITPO, not only as a venue, but also as a nodal body, can really play a role of a major catalyst. So I think that's what I would like.
Thank you, Mr. Singh. Those were really good points which you have put forth, and I'm sure that ITPO is going to take measures to help the organizers and the entire stakeholders of exhibition industry. With this, I would like to move to Mr. Rajan Sharma, who is representing Interads. He's been a very old player in the exhibition industry. And I'd like to hear from Mr. Rajan Sharma, what's his perspective about the relief measures which have been taken by ITPO, and what is his suggestions on this?
A great initiative. Thank you, Mr. Agarwal. I think in these times, such initiatives are very well appreciated. To begin with, I guess we all, I don't have to repeat that, we're going through a very tough time. It's very, it's very, very clear. As far as the industry, exhibition industry is concerned, exhibition industry has been a thermometer of the industries. If your industry does well, the exhibitions will be doing well. And like Ravi said, that we have to understand the pain. And as organizers if you take the organizers away from the exhibition industry, there is no industry. But having said that, if you take the exhibitors away, there are no organizers. So we have to understand the pain of the organizers at this point. Like Bhupinder said that, in these times, people don't forget if you are not holding their hands. Because, for instance, if an exhibitor who has been, maybe an MSME or maybe a corporate, who has been with your show for 20 years, 15 years, and during good times, you said, very good, thank you very much, come in. But today, we are hearing from our exhibitors, what kind of a financial subsidy are we going to provide to them? Very clear, very straight is happening. And there are no bones about it. Now, having said that, of course, we've got some proposals from ITPO, which are very well, again, which is a very good gesture. Having said that, this 1 year is a complete washout. It's the leanest year in history. So I don't think we should look at anything less than a lean period rate applicable to organizers till at least March of next year by ITPO being a government body. Because this way we can then, like Balvinder said, if we get some relief from venues, other stakeholders, stand contractors and so on and so forth, we will only then be able to pass it on to our exhibitors. I run joint venture companies with international corporates as well and local shows as well. So I understand the pain both ways. And Manish made a very good point about demo shows, because to get it's like me, all of us are travelers. Getting into an aircraft was like a normal deal till yesterday. But today to get into a bloody aircraft is gonna shake the bones out of me. So I have to, same way for an exhibitor and a visitor, we have to get the confidence back into them. Why will they come back to an exhibition? And that fear of social distancing. And at one time today, everything's social distancing. And for our industry to survive, we say how many footfalls. So that makes a success. So how are we going to cope up with the new norms? Again, like Amit said, that these are all assumptions. Yes, they are assumption, but we'll have to form a guideline. Secondly, like Manish said that, refunds and stuff like that from ITPO, I would go a step ahead. I would say that please waive off all interest on penalties, as long as the organizer pays you before the show. Because all these measures are going to help our exhibitors. End of the day, they need to be helped. Because we as organizers have to hold their hand. They in turn will, after our hand is held, we can hold the hand of the venues and other stakeholders. So it's a complete supply chain. It's a complete cycle. It can't be, if it's broken at one end, the whole thing collapses. And end of the day, it is all about financial, and the industry coming back is going to be long time. And in the meantime, of course, social distancing. I'll talk about logistics. ITPO, we've had huge logistic issues in the past. For instance, even getting visitor and exhibitors into the halls. You know, we as organizers have to ferry our vehicles to pick them up from the gate. And now to tell somebody you will be put into a vehicle with 20 or 30 or in a bus or something like that, it's going to scare the hell out of the guy. So those things we need to do. For instance, in Mumbai, in ESCO, you know, you get dropped off in your car, there's a parking facility, so you just walk a few steps and you're in the hall. Something like this has to be worked out. These are some suggestions which, of course, we can make a list. Now, for instance, you know, in this period, we as organizers floated an idea that do we need a forum of only organizers, because now that forum is needed. You'll be surprised that we got 100 odd organizers have come down. We had an internal meet yesterday on a webinar, and I said, and it's going to be the organizer council. We will be submitting a detailed submission from the organizer's perspective, right from the small ones, like Bhupinder said, this is the time when how will they survive, or how will we all survive for that matter? Whether it's you know, like he said, nothing. It's not that somebody in China or is not is insulated from all this. So we will give submit a complete proposal from the council. But having said that, these are the times when we have to look at it in a very practical manner, right from logistics, right from financial subsidies, and look at it as a lean year.
Okay,
so lean
okay.
trade should be applicable.
Right. I think those were very good suggestions, Mr. Rajan Sharma. Thank you for your valuable comments. And I think now we have online with us Mr. P. Uday Kumar. He was trying to get inside the session, but there was some technical error. He is representing a National Small Industries Corporation, and NSIC has a lot of schemes for exhibitors, how they can incentivize the exhibitors. We really need something for our domestic exhibitions at this time. And if you can throw some light how you can support the sector, Mr. Uday Kumar, it would be very beneficial for the organizers. I will just unmute you.
Have you done it? Yeah. Good afternoon to all of you. Thanks, Mr. Raghav, for inviting me. I'm not going to give any false promises. So, in fact, I also echo the sentiments expressed by most of you. Yes, as it is, the whole MSME sector is in deep trouble. Okay, this is what actually we have been interacting with various associations, MSME units, banks, and so many other stakeholders for the last almost 1 month or so. So there is no standard solution has been worked out by MSME ministry as of now, especially for this, for marketing development, especially for this exhibition area. Everybody is expecting some kind of a package, but let me also say something. So the immediate concern in the MSME sector is now, one is liquidity. That is basically the working capital, which is a big botheration for the companies. Second is engaging the laborers. These two are of very topmost priority as per the MSME ministry is concerned. As for the liquidity is concerned, actually, some small relief has been given by RBI by infusing certain funds through SIDBI. 50,000 crores has been infused through SIDBI, NABARD, and National Housing Bank, which is supposed to be going to the MSME units to give some kind of a temporary respite. But as per the labor engagement is concerned, that is going to be a major challenge. So I do not want to get into this areas, because that is for the government to come out with certain rescue measures. But as far this exhibition is concerned, see, although MSME ministry and of course NSIC, we are implementing some of the schemes of Ministry of MSME, which is called, one is the procurement marketing support scheme, wherein the participant gets a reimbursement of his stall charges, as well as his transportation charges. And also we have a international cooperation scheme under which MSME units used to participate in foreign events. which is one of the kind of a flagship programs of MSME Ministry. And also we have another component called the Special Marketing Assistance Scheme, under which SC/ST entrepreneurs used to avail the assistance, which is a little liberal, very liberal all these days. But now this after this this COVID-19, I'm afraid actually like the formats and the participation of willingness of the participation by the MSME units, and like whether their willingness to travel abroad and the willingness to go out of stations, willingness to carry luggage. I feel every piece of activity in the exhibition industry, especially for the MSMEs, are likely to change now.
Okay,
So
sir,
yeah.
Sir, I have just two quick questions for you. Since MSME has already got many schemes for the domestic organizers and also for people organizing their events abroad. At this point in time, organizing events abroad is little difficult, but domestic events definitely we can get start happening soon, maybe whenever exhibitions open. Can you at least, whatever schemes that you have, whatever schemes that are in existence, can you help the organizers to get access to those schemes in a quick manner, because many of the organizers cannot access the schemes because it takes many months? Can you at least assure that kind of a support to us?
See, basically like this. If you ask me about the schemes, all the schemes are available in the public domain. It is available on the website, ministry website. People can, even the organizers as well as MSME units can immediately log in and you can see it even right away. Okay. And what are the do's and don'ts, and what are the procedures, when they will get a reimbursement, whether it is upfront or it is the post participation, everything is given in detail actually. And as per the approval procedure is concerned, yes, earlier actually there used to be a lot of checks and balances, because the MSME sector, there used to be some kind of unpleasant things, whereas the participating units, sometimes used to, do some bit of mischief, and so we used to insist on a lot of verification actually. So now, earlier it is a completely in a physical mode. Now this during the lockdown time, as well as we are planning to do everything through digital. Now I think most of the things I can assure you that approval process, verifications, everything will be through digital process. I think once lockdown is over, I think the process of approvals and selection, everything will be very, it will be through digital, and it will also be fast track. But the exhibitions which used to take 2-3 months, I think probably now we'll be doing it within 15-20 days time.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for your assurance, and definitely I think it should help the organizers. One next question, quick question to you, sir. If in case the organizers cannot fill their promised space, they cannot occupy all the space that they are committed to the venue, can NSIC provide some assistance to the organizers to, for the MSME database that you have? Can your members occupy that space for the organizers? Can there be a collaboration?
See, basically, even now, I think as per the organizers are concerned, I think most of the organizers probably they are in touch with our NSIC. I think they are also taking assistance. But only thing is, as per the sharing of the database, basically what is happening is, which normally we don't do it as per our internal guidelines. See, what we can do is actually we have our field officers across India. We have almost in every state we have multiple officers, and I think your organizers or organizers branch officers can be in touch with our office even through email or even through like telephone. Even now during the lockdown period also, our offices are most of the offices are working from home, and of course head office we are working from office also. So they will be able to share you, at least at least you'll be able to identify. But one thing I can also now I can just mention that actually the sectoral focus is like completely it's going to change. That I can tell you. Now actually like some of the sectors are likely to completely get diluted, both in the domestic sector as well as in the international sector. Other thing we have started only focusing on areas like medical sector, health sector, hygiene sector, e-commerce, digital. So I think these are the areas which are likely to get more and more attention. I think I would also maybe like I can be very open. I can tell the request organizers to also to re-examine, revisit some of your exhibition formats, and some of the exhibitions, some of the branded events may not be very relevant in the days to come. I think you need to find out, new breed of events to make the events more relevant for the days to come.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for your valuable presence and your comments. And Now I would like to go back to our organizers, and I would like to have the perspective of Mr. Gaurav Juneja. What does he feel? He has been organizing his fairs at ITPO. What do you feel about the measures which ITPO has taken, and what are your comments? What kind of suggestions would you like to give?
Yeah, thanks, Raghav. I would really appreciate ITPO and Mr. Agarwal's initiative to hold this forum. We've been doing shows in ITPO since 2003, and we haven't seen such kind of openness under Mr. Goel's leadership in the last 2 years, which all my other organizer friends would own it. Most of the points, I think so, have already been taken by all my co-fellow organizers, Manish, Bhupender, Yogesh, and Rajan, in terms of delay penalty, interest, and all those things, which are refunds, which are the major pain points of an organizer. In fact, 2-3 more points which on behalf of MEX and also our business partner, Mr. Frankfurt, we had is about the postponement clause. Suppose an organizer decides to postpone his show from July to October, and looking at the market condition, he's not able to do the show in October also. So what is the penalty, or what are the exceptions we as organizers would get at that time? Second point would be all organizers at this point would like to maximize their business, and we all will see that there will be a reduction of space. Suppose if anyone has booked about 20,000 square meter, they will definitely come down to 15,000 square meter. But during the show, or 1 month before the show, he's not able to even fill this 15,000 square meter. ITP should be more flexible in terms of the surrender of space, which is 15 days prior to the show, which every organizer can judge. Another point would be a lot of other venues in India have special rates for non-commercial areas like cafeteria, registration area, and business lounge, etc., which is not there in ITPO. We can have a percentage of the gross area, and we can have those special rates for those areas. Another major point I would like is the ease of doing business in ITPO, which has already improved a lot, but still at a lot of points like security and other features which Rajan have already told, we need some more flexibility on that. These are the major points which I would request ITPO to look into. Apart from that, I think so, when the business gets normal, we need to all have an SOPs from each sector wise. IA can take the initiative and get all the organizers along what SOPs we should follow in terms of operations. I would say ISA, ILA, all can come together, send their SOPs. We all organize, whether we are a member of any association or not, we should all follow the same SOPs to have a standard practice. I would also say that in the coming time, because of social distancing and the problems in the stand constructions, we might have to do a 36 up to 36 square meter of shell scheme, and above that we can go for raw space. Maybe extended timings for exhibitions so that we have social distancing numbers. Instead of 8 hours of exhibition times, we might have 12 hours of exhibition timings. And like paperless entry systems, like in all metro stations, we have your card and RFID based. We can have QR code based systems. And these all systems should be put up by the venue so that the organizer doesn't have to bring in the systems again and again. These are the major points what I would like to point out, and all other things have already been done by my other friends. Thanks, Raghav.
Okay, and Mr. Juneja, would you like to quickly comment upon the safety, health, and hygiene measures which ITPO should take once the shows open?
Raghav, I already told we should all make an SOP and we should all submit to all the venues. It's not only ITPO, but all the venues and all organizers should follow the same SOPs in terms of the health and safety and sanitation. So people like the association and media houses should come forward and give it to everyone. We should all collaborate and do this together.
And thank you so much for your valuable comments, Mr. Gaurav Juneja. And I'm sure that these perspectives would be taken in consideration by ITPO. I would now like to move to Mr. VK Bansal. Mr. Bansal has been organizing small to mid-range exhibitions at ITPO. And I would like to hear from him what are the pain points of small-scale exhibition organizers, and what kind of measures they would like to have from ITPO. Yeah,
Hello.
Mr. Bansal. Yes.
Are you getting me? Yeah.
Yes.
Good afternoon to everyone, and special thanks to Raghav for holding this session where we can convey our monkey bar to the ITPO. And thank you, Agarwal Sahab, for sparing your valuable time during this period and listening your most valuable clients, that is the organizers on this platform. Very, as ITPO is concerned, ITPO has the three roles to play in the in India's economic development. One, as a venue provider like Pragati Maidan. Second, they are also exhibition organizers. Third, they are the nodal agency for trade and development of this nation. All the three roles is now to be played by them in the interest of nation, when our Prime Minister has posed a target of $5 trillion economy by 2024. That is still achievable, because there is a silver lining that despite all the economy going to the negative side, we have the positive sign, maybe 1%, 1.5%. So we have the plenty of opportunities in the coming days, and exhibition is the only sector which can play a very, very positive role to enhance the mood of the industry and economic cycle of the India. Yes, I represent a small organizer segment, and I would like to convey the small organizer perspective to the ITPO. A lot of benefits and concession has already been given by the ITPO, but we perhaps feel these are not sufficient enough to take care of the requirements of the small organizers like us. Because when we book the venue for the lean season time, now we are forced to shift because there is likely no exhibition in next 3-4 months. Then we will be moving to the high peak rate. So it will be very difficult for us to manage this financials as well as the cash flow. So my request to ITPO is this: just to whatever rate we have say free for during our booking, that rate should be continued up to March 2021, because in the next year we may have to have some certain recovery. Second point, so whatever rate in the lean period we have charged, it should continue with us when we do the business in say October, November, December. Second thing, my important point is this: there are certain small exhibitions which is likely to be cancelled altogether. So in as per the present policy of the ITPO, it is likely they are likely to get the credit note for the cancellation. But sir, we need to refund the money to our exhibitors when exhibition is altogether cancelled. So it is better, any exhibition which is altogether cancelled, ITPO should refund money without deducting any penalty or like this. The third thing, ITPO has already announced the 20% discount in the rental. Sir, we request you this 20% discount should be given on all services into the entire billing. So it will become the more viable for small organizers to carry on these activities in the Pragati Maidan. And one more thing which very important, because we have the permission licensing system in Delhi, and that is very stringent and very say difficult. So before we move to reopen this new session, once the exhibition is started, I think ITPO should move to the government and get a general exemption or for the exhibitions in terms of the permission and all the necessary licenses, etc. ITPO is the nodal agency. So any exhibition happening in the ITPO should automatically be allowed to conduct the exhibition without getting any license and permissions from different agencies like Delhi Police, Traffic Police, like Fire, this and that. So this is there are certain issues also, and we have already sent our representation. So I would like Mr. Agarwal to take care of this interest of the small organizers also. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Bansal, for your perspectives. And I'm sure ITPO is going to take note of your concerns as a small organizer. And finally, last but not the least, we would like to go to Mr. Vivek Shukla. And Mr. Vivek Shukla, I think, would be one of the first organizers in India post-COVID era who has started with the initiative of virtual exhibitions. But I'm sure that is not your primary cup of tea. So today, you please tell us what kind of relief measures you would like to have from ITPO. You have been organizing your fairs at Pragati Maidan, your education fairs.
Raghavji, thank you very much for bringing all of us together. I think this is a great opportunity, and my special thanks to Mr. Agarwal for sparing his valuable time and coming here and giving a very patient listening to all of us. Since I think supposedly I'm the last speaker, most of the points has been covered by the industry's legend and the leaders here. But I'll just pick up my first point where Mr. Bansal has indicated on one part about which is the licensing part. You see, maybe on a later stage, we all of us expect that ITPO should be one-stop shop in terms of licensing and strategy obligations. So that generally happens in an international fairs also, where the venue generally takes care of all such license. So this is certainly a main agenda which we expect as an organizer to be taken care by ITPO. But in the meantime, since already there's a lot of crisis and a lot of issues which are there, which ITPO has to address, and the government has their own set of agendas. My concern is preparedness to conduct the fair is something which we have already discussed. But considering the current series of permissions and strategy obligations which an organizer has to take, now for this, I think great intervention, great level of persuasion is required from the ITPO side to sensitize different departments and make them understand about the critical situation what as an exhibition industry is going through. With that, I means forming a small committee and getting in touch with different departments, especially the Delhi police. I'm telling you, this is my assumption that even if we prepare ourselves by all means, considering the SOPs, as well as social distancing model which has been notified by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, still the concern will be there where these, especially the Delhi police, granting the permission to hold the permission at ITPO. So I think this is very important where preparing ourselves to conduct the fair as per the norms and guidelines, this is there. But I think getting in touch and sensitizing them, ITPO can play a very vital role, because certainly as an organizer, if we approach this department and we apply for permissions, they may not pay heed to our request. And considering this unfortunate situation, certainly government is having hundreds of agendas, and this granting permission to conduct an exhibition is not the government priority at this point of time. So I think ITPO can take a major role and in getting these things sorted, and I think this can help us to move ahead, because without strategy permissions and obligations, we won't be able to conduct the fair. So this was one point. I'll make one small again a very small point, that since a lot of load is there of allotting the dates in the month of August, September, October, and henceforth, I think this has to be little more prioritized, where the regular shows should get first priority of booking. For the time being, the new organizers should not be allowed to do the booking. The regular, once the allotment of the regular shows is done, then a new booking can be taken by any organizer. I think these are the 2 points, and one last humble submission before the ITPO to Mr. Agarwal, that at least coming 2 years, the consistency of rate of the rental should be there in coming 2 years, because by that time, all of us will need time to at least recover from this crisis.
Well, thank you, Mr. Shukla. Those were very, very good suggestions. And you are also one of the only few organizers, B2C organizers. So I'm sure the challenges that you are going to face post-COVID are going to be more than most of the B2B organizers, bringing people together. So thank you for your perspectives. And with that, we have taken the perspectives of all the attendees of the speakers today, and I would now like to ask Mr. Shri Rajesh Agarwal to give his closing notes and what is his take, how he can support the industry, and after today's discussion, what do you feel, sir? What can we look at from ITPO in the coming times? Also, as you are heading the India MICE Alliance Committee, we would like to present to you the various takes that are coming from different associations. We have various associations working in our industry. Now is the time to collaborate. So we would request you to please give them a patient hearing, and so that our industry can come out of this and we can spread happiness and prosperity like we used to. I'll just unmute you, sir.
Thank you, Raghav. I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
First of all, thank you to all the co-panelists for their valuable suggestions and insight into what's happening. I think it's been a good engagement, and for me, it's been a good learning experience. A lot of information, lot of inputs that came through by various panelists. I've taken note of it. I'll try to come to most of the key suggestions that I have noted down. I'll try to respond to them as if the time permits. One thing key, I think I also agree that organizer is at the fulcrum, is the key fulcrum to this whole exhibition industry. But being a student of economics, I always feel any industry, any sector exists only when there is a demand. It's a demand supply function, and exhibition industry will exist in case there is a demand for exhibition. The exhibition industry keeps on playing some important role. Today, the COVID-19 situation, as some of you also pointed out, is trying to strike at the root of this exhibition demand, because the whole exhibition industry is based on the premise of meeting in person, trying to bring people on a common platform. And the COVID-19 is propagating a sentiment which may, if we don't get a permanent solution to COVID-19, it becomes a social distancing may become a norm in our lifestyle. So I think how people change, how sentiments of people come out after this COVID scar is over, lockdown periods are over, life starts going back to normal, will determine in long run how this exhibition industry will also fall out. So I feel one of the key challenges before exhibition industry today is to ensure that the demand for physical exhibition continues to be there. There are technological solutions like virtual exhibition is not something new. It existed 10 years back also, it exists today also. But we need to ensure the value that we bring through physical interaction of people, physical display of products, physical meeting points, that value is not taken away by somebody else. And we need to also see how more value we can create in this physical space so that demand for exhibition within India and abroad carries on. Because if the demand will be there, then come what may, all of us will be able to rise and all of us will be able to survive together and maybe also grow together. So I think this is somewhere all of us should start thinking about. And there I think a lot of your experience, industry experience needs to go to guide ITPO also and guide the entire forum also to see how we can create more value out of these exhibitions so that the demand carry on. And next time, next webinar or next meeting, wherever we listen to the industry, I will also like to have a deep perspective on what is happening in the exhibitor's mind. I've heard organizers, and there is a good sense of optimism. I am very happy to see pessimism has not set in. Everybody is optimistic and everybody is hopeful that things will come down and we'll come back to normal, we'll restart. But at the same time, what's happening in the mind of exhibitors needs also to be gauged into. And I'll request all the organizers to talk to their exhibitors and find out what's happening in their minds. How do they see exhibitions playing an important role in their company's balance sheet or in their company's marketing initiatives and things like that. So that having done something, we need to do something more. We need to improve our ease of doing business in the terms, the interactions that we do have organizers need to be made more seamless, maybe more smooth, and time-based payments, refunds, and things have to be worked out. And as ITPO, we need to look at what more can be done to ease in the impact of this COVID-19 on the exhibition industry. I have noted those concerns, but I can tell you ITPO is a government entity. It is a not-for-profit entity. We are not a commercial entity where we are sitting to make profits. But ITPO at the same time is investing a lot in redevelopment of its Pragati Maidan, and we are investing rupees 3,000 crore plus to completely modernize the exhibition facility in this country. And we are doing it based on our own reserves and based on the loan that we are raising from the banks. So even without being without being a profit organization, believing in not-for-profit ethos of the organization, we still need to create surpluses for next few years at least to see that we are able to service the loan that we have taken on. That's why the first step that we went with 20% reduction of rentals. We know it may not be enough, but we have tried to balance between our own requirements to carry on and maintain our cash flows to ensure that this redevelopment project is completed and at the same time ease the burden of the industry. But I can assure you, I have noted down all the concerns regarding the tariff reduction and improvement in from credit note to cash or further cancellation after reschedulement. All those things have been noted down, and we'll at an appropriate time will come with a response on that also. It will be a very great idea if all the organizers can come together and give their list of demands as far as what they expect out of ITPO as a venue organizer. If that list can be coordinated by Raghav, you and brought to us, then definitely as ITPO we'll seriously look into it, and whatever is doable, balancing both the interest of ITPO and also the exhibition industry in particular, will come out with whatever best we can do. Because we believe if exhibition industry needs to survive, the organizers need to survive and organizers need to be afraid. So we will be stand with you and try to see that we together, if we are not able to, we are not only swim together, but come out of this whole tide together. We'll try to work on that. There were certain suggestions on demo show, government not getting into virtual platform like Reinvest should be physical. I have noted that we'll take up the issue with within the government and try to see if we can convince that as government we should not set a wrong precedent by getting into virtual show. Rather, we should work on a combination of maybe a physical show along with a virtual show. So people who cannot join can use that virtual platform also. But there has to be a physical component also so that our trust in physical exhibition industry is demonstrated. I also take this point, ITPO, to do a demo show. We'll try to see whichever of our events are scheduled once things come back to normal and once the social distancing guidelines are eased out and gathering of more than 200, 300 people start getting allowed, then probably we'll try to work out a demo show also to still back the confidence. We have got a security expo, we have got a footwear expo, we have got a leather expo. All these are planned in July, August. And we'll try to see as and when things improve, when we can schedule them and try to take the leadership and demonstrate that a physical exhibition can be done parallelly, obeying all the government guidelines on social distancing, screening, precautions, and things like that. I would be also very happy to take a list of suggestions, as some of you pointed out, on what all venue organizers, so what is the standard operating protocol for a physical exhibition and what should be done by the venue organizer as a part of the venue so that each organizer do not need to bring it back to the venue, and what needs to be done by every organizer when they organize the exhibition in the at the venue. So if you can draw out an SOP and the part of the SOP which the venue organizer need to institutionalize in its venue can be shared with us, we'll try to work on it because we will like our venue to be one of the best in this country, not only in terms of facilities that we offer, but also in terms of all the government guidelines and precautions that are required to be taken to have a good exhibition in this post-COVID scenario. We'll work on that. And labor management, I think there was a talk about managing labor. I think, Raghav, you asked Mr. Sethi about that. One thing I think, having seen some exhibitions for last 6 months, all I can say, one of the key challenges before us will be to manage labor in a decent way. And we need to use this opportunity now to ensure that labor in this industry also start getting formalized, one. Two, their skill upgradation is also attended to by the industry in some measure, so that now when they come and set up exhibitions, the work is more professional. See, I have seen an exhibition in Greece. I went, my first exhibition And I saw the work being done there in Greece, and I see work being done at ITPO. I realize there is a marked difference between the practices that we follow. I think we can do with now post-COVID scenario, we'll have to instill best practices as far as labor management is concerned. And that can only happen if we invest in good skill management and skill training for our laborers. And we try to contributing to this industry. Otherwise, if there is a labor there were certain suggestions around bringing in more government support to exhibitors also in the form of MAI or in the form of NSIC. I think those are some of the suggestions which have already been highlighted to Department of Commerce. We as ITPO will also pursue it and try to see in this come to this domestic exhibitions. At least our MSME industry to be back to this domestic exhibitions, and that is something we'll work with industry and with DOC to find solutions to. I think most of the other suggestions I think were connected with what as ITPO we can do to further ease out the impact. I think right now we are in the midst of a lockdown. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I think as ITPO, we'll wait for another 1 month, maybe more, to see once things start getting normalized. Then within ITPO, we'll take note of all the suggestions that you have made, suggestions which I expect you all will be sharing. One set of suggestions for improvement in our ease of business, tariff, rentals, and things like that. And one set of suggestions to improve the standard operating procedure at the venue. What's to be commerce? We are here to support the exhibition industry. We are not here to make any money out of exhibition industry. We want ITPO Pragati Maidan should become one of the best venue exhibitions in this country, but we are also able to bring in some of the best exhibitions from abroad also to India. We are also building a huge convention facility alongside, and we hope this combined exhibition and convention facility will be put to good use by Indian exhibition industry, and it will help Indian exhibition industry to grow year after year. In this year, I think together I see a lot of optimism in all of you, and I feel if you carry on with this optimism and work together, and whenever a crisis succumbs, I think each one of us should look at what sacrifice each one of us can make. Because if each one of us sacrifice some part of our profits, some part of our surpluses, I think together we'll be able to swim and together we'll be able to rise. But if each one of us look only at seeing that how we can keep our profits intact, I think we'll not be able to survive it very easily. So I think it's time for all of us to come together, whether it's logistic, service provider, travel industry, organizers, venue managers, all of us to see that our balance sheets may go down, but they go not down deep, and we are able to maintain break even. That is, the break even has to be the mantra for next 1 or 2 years. If we are able to break even and run this industry throughout, I think there will be future when we'll be able to make money also and grow this industry. With these words, I'd like to thank all the participants who have been with us today. We look forward to similar engagements in future also. Even when business comes back to normal, I think webinar is a good idea. We should keep this going, wherein once in a while we should engage with industry, organizers, service providers, and even exhibitors, and try to see what we can do together to move this industry forward. Thank you very much. And thank you, Raghav, for hosting this and helping ITPO put this together. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Those were very assuring words coming from you. And ITPO has been setting a standard in being flexible and going an extra mile for the organizers and for the stakeholders. And I think this is a very, very assuring statement and very assuring words coming out of coming from you today. Thank you for giving us an opportunity to connect with you and for giving an opportunity to the organizers. Even the stakeholders are attending this session in good numbers today. So on that note, sir, I would like to conclude with survival by cooperation is going to be the mantra, and I'm sure that our industry is going to come out of it. On that note, sir, I will end today's meeting, and I would like to thank all the panelists, all the attendees, and all the speakers who have joined us today. And a special thanks to ITPO and your kind self, Shri Rajesh Agarwal ji, for your time. Thank you, sir.
I'll also like all the suggestions on the chat that came, if that can also be compiled.
Yes, we will definitely
there on the chat also.
Definitely, sir. Thank you. On that note, we will end today's session. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
फंसाया हुआ है कि किसको कोरोना वायरस बाद में बात करते हैं। आप डाल तो दीजिए प्रोसेस हो
exhibition at Bombay there is two like the scheduled for mid-October. Should next check how they will work on it. I have already
या फिर जैसा कि उसने कहीं और का आइडिया छुपाया नहीं मैं पढ़ लिया ना मैंने पढ़ा
వాళ్ళు చెప్పకపోయినా నేను చెప్పిన వాళ్ళు చెప్పకపోయినా నేను చెప్తే మళ్ళీ నన్ను బ్లేమ్ చేసింది మళ్ళీ ఉంటా వాళ్ళ ఫోన్ చేసిన చెప్పినప్పుడు మళ్ళీ నాకు ఎప్పటికైనా 30 మందితో